Greetings from Jacksonville, Arkansas. Today is January the 16th, 2024. The time is approximately 10:44 p.m. Y'all, this is the results of the chicken dumpling video. It's part 2 of what I was cooking before. And I did dice up some of those russet potatoes and put in here. All right. I just want to show you, this is the results here. And that potato was tender enough for me to go ahead and add the thickener. It's creating its own natural thickening just from the potatoes alone. You see how beautiful this is? I've already tasted the broth. It tastes wonderful. And so anyways, in the future, I believe I'm going to be buying frozen chicken meat pieces that are already like diced up like chicken breast to make my chicken dumpling. I haven't tried this yet, but I just hope that they have a good quality because, I know that they had a lot of chicken plants that closed down here in the state of Arkansas, a lot of Tyson plants, and maybe in Missouri as well. So some of the frozen chicken, because this isn't like a third world or developing country where they have frozen like fresh chickens and that you can purchase that's more healthier, that's fed from that is fed from natural grains and stuff. So we have to be careful, you guys. As long as you got a good quality meat, then you should be good in terms of a chicken dumpling. So, but in the future, I was just thinking, I know I did some frozen steak, and that frozen steak was good. And, it's fully cooked on those bagels that I did. So in the future, just to make sure that, I don't get a hold to some, some bad meat here, because that would defeat the purpose. So I know the broth tastes really good. Look at that. Now it's time to thickening this. So what I have here is some all-purpose flour. And y'all, I want to show something with you before I do the thickener. Please, if you have never tried russet potatoes, Idaho potatoes, new potatoes in your chicken dumpling, I highly recommend it. Let me show you that I did dice some up and put them in here. You see that? And I do have some real minced garlic in here as well. Look at that. Let me tell you guys, when I put the thickener in here, this is going to be really tasty. The potatoes with the pasta in here, I did use leftover macaroni and cheese instead of egg noodles. And y'all, the taste is great. You see how the meat coming apart? So let me not stir this a lot. Hold on. I just wanted to point out to you guys that I did use the Maggi chicken flavored bouillon for seasoning, and along with black pepper and a host of other things. I did use like almost a half an onion in here initially to just season the chicken, and then I did go in when it was just about done with some minced garlic here, so for extra flavor. So let's go ahead now. As a cook, you can decide how thick if you want all this liquid. If you don't want it, you can scoop it out. Let me show you. One moment. I don't have a ladle, so I'm just gonna use this measuring cup. This is a 1 cup measuring cup, and I'm just gonna leave this water running. And y'all, I'm just gonna scoop some of this extra liquid out. Bear with me, because technically I don't need all of this liquid. You see here? You would do the same thing if you had like a ladle. So I decided to go with the metal because the other measuring cup is plastic. So this metal was designed to endure hot liquid. So I'm just going to take this over to the sink and gently pour this out. So you don't want to throw away all your broth. Oh, I didn't mean to have any meat in there. So I'm going to pull that out for real. I'm not trying to gross you guys out, but I don't want that in my sink. See, the water is hot. Just want to get any excess chicken broth and smells up out of there, so I have to go in with a little bit of Gain washing powder. Okay, guys. Yeah, I can safely keep that in there, y'all. That broth is going to be really tasty. It's going to be good, so I want to keep the rest of it. I just only scooped out 1 cup, as you've seen. Now, I'm just going to go in here with some all-purpose flour. And this is my thickener. Now, for this amount of liquid, you're going to need a good amount. It doesn't take much. Now, you can just, at this point, add water, or you can add milk. It's up to you. I believe I want to add a little bit of milk here. Yeah, because this milk is going to be expiring soon, you guys, so I might as well use it, right? Been using it for, I normally don't even eat cereals that much, but yeah, I've been using it for cooking and cereals and all that other good stuff. So let's go ahead and add, instead of water, it's up to you. You can add water, but I want to make my dumpling as rich as possible. So I'm just going to go ahead and add just a little bit of milk. It don't take a whole lot just to blend it in. Now, let me show you guys. Again, this is the results of the chicken dumpling with potatoes, leftover mac and cheese, as I illustrated in part 2, that I had frozen mac and cheese that, you know, was in the freezer. So I decided to put it in the chicken dumpling, and I did use some Pillsbury, the last 2 Pillsbury Grand biscuits right there that I had. So I'm just going to give this a stir. You guys, you want to always mix flour with liquid, whether it's milk, water, broth, before you put it in hot broth. Because if you don't, and do the same thing with cornstarch and tapioca starch, because if you don't, you see I'm making a slurry right here. So if you don't do that, it'll just ball up in there. It'll just turn into glue. Okay, so you have to modify it from its original version. Also, I did taste this. It tastes really well, but I want to, like, kick it up a notch. Before I add the thickener, I want to kick it up a notch, like Emeril Lagasse used to say. I want to sprinkle some garlic powder, and I want to use some of this Montreal Grill Mate. Okay, because it's not very salty, this broth here. It has a nice flavor, but I know the potatoes took a lot of the salt out of it. So I'm just going to, you know, go ahead and adjust my seasoning at this moment before I add the thickener. You see that seasoning sitting there, y'all? It's going to be good, I'm telling you. All right, so this is the McCormick Grill Mate Montreal chicken seasoning. And I said I wanted to add a little bit of garlic powder. So here goes. All right. So you want to go ahead and give it a stir gently, because you don't want your chicken to splatter, as it's already tender, and so is the potatoes and chicken dumpling, or the biscuit dough rather, and macaroni. So I'm just going to go ahead and dump this in there. Sometimes you may not need to use all of the flour mix. You don't have to use milk. Again, you can use water, broth, liquid of your choice. And then this is going to begin to thickening up. I'm just going to give it a stir. Okay, so I'm at the 10-minute mark, and I'm going to get ready to say this. I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm going to pause for a moment, be right back, just so you can see what it looked like after it has thickening. Okay, this is going to complete my video, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and let it cook down for about a minute off camera. And this can be served just as is or with. I highly recommend that you bake some cornbread. You know, even if it has biscuit in there, it's an excellent complement with cornbread or your favorite bread, you see? The potatoes in here, and I'm just going to let it continue to cook down. Look at how beautiful that broth is right there. And you want to let this sit for about 15 to 20 minutes before serving. There you have it, my homemade chicken dumplings. All right. Look at the broth, y'all. See how the thickness there? So I'm going to go ahead and end the video. See you guys in the next. Thanks for watching.